Hola, howdy, hello. So, greetings, folks. This is Sarana Naranamurthy here to talk about the mind business. And today, the money business. So generally, we used to speak a lot about mindfulness, how to get your life on the right track, how to keep you highly motivated, and especially how to make yourself rich. And today, in the same line, we are having one of the most important topic, which is definitely mandatory in order to keep yourself rich, and that is never save money. Yes, you heard it right. So, this might actually go out of your old preschool preachings, because since our childhood we have been constantly hearing how to save money. Whether it can be getting your piggy bank or your dog house or your normal savings box or your savings funds or whatsoever. But now, let me tell you a secret. Never ever save money. Okay, so now just don't quit it out and don't just move out. So let me explain. Money is like a magical element, just like virus. Okay, so many of us have been knowing how a virus functions, right? When it is actually out of human body, it remains numb. We can say like a dead element. But when it goes inside a human body, it gets multiplied rapidly. It's the same way as to how money works. When you put it aside in your secret wallet or in your piggy bank, it just stays the same. Inactive, dumb, and lifeless. Do you really want to make it lifeless? It really makes no sense when you keep it aside. It makes zero benefit when you actually keep such a fertile species without giving it a chance to reproduce. Give your cash a real opportunity to reproduce. Give it a magical power to make you rich. So now, all of you would have this question. How would you make it multiply? How do you make it reproduce? The only answer is, as you all know, investment. So if you're going to ask how to invest, what to invest on, what are all the benefits, what are all the cons, what are all the pros? Okay, so here even I am an amateur. I'm not a professional investor who has done billions or millions investment. But I do know how you can save the few bucks which you earn, because the initial days when we start up with a career, the initial amounts which we earn really bring us a lot of happiness. Though it might be 100 rupees or 10,000 rupees or even a first six-digit income. Anything which is small or big will really matter a lot to us. And especially in the 20s, when our shopping list is all full, when we have all the dreams and we are waiting for a first input of cash to actually satisfy all the dream. But if you actually satisfy all your cravings right now, the period when you really wanted to satisfy your cravings would go dumb. If you're going to enjoy and party on your 20s, your 30s are going to be all towards incomes, loan statements, tax invoices and lot more. But if you can just party every alternate week, and if you can save every alternate week's money into your investment, then trust me, you're going to party throughout your life. You're going to have this life where cash is never going to be an issue over here. So I'm here to give you a little bit of insights and ideas based on the age and income level in order to what to invest on. Now you can ask me this question: how is age, income level and investments actually related? Okay, first let us say why age is coming as a factor over here. In case if you are a 20-year-old, you have a lot of time in your life to actually enjoy. So you can go for long-term investment. But if you're a 40-year-old, or if you think I need money for some emergency purposes, then you should go for a short-term investment. This is why age comes into a part. And then, why is your income level coming into a point? The income level is coming into a point to actually give a clear ratio of how much you can invest. Because when you invest, there are two types of things involved: low risk investment and high risk investment. A low risk investment in something in which if you put some money, you're going to be guaranteed that it is definitely for you. And the level of returns is very low because it is of low risk. But when you take a high risk investment, if it comes back to you, it will come back to you in a very higher level. Like if you invest 10 rupees today, you can even get 1,000 or 10,000 tomorrow, because it's a high risk investment. But at the same time, you are risking your 10 rupees and you might also lose your 10 rupees. So this is the difference between the different types of investments. Okay. So here we have, I'm here to give you about two different types of investment depending upon these risk ratios. if you're totally ready to take a high risk. If you feel like, no, I'm really damn sure about it, I'm going to do hard, I'm going to do a lot of research to invest my money, and I'm ready to spend a lot more of time, and I'm ready to take risk, and I wanted to earn more. If you think this way, one of the best way of really earning is through share market. If you're going to go for share market, if you think it's a big thing, it's not a big thing. It is just a small thing which actually involves a lot of complicated steps and really research strategies to actually invest in it. Because when you take a share market, you should actually know what kind of share to buy, which company's share to buy, and when to buy especially. We might think that if a share is currently at rupees 2000, being 1000 also might seem a low level rate. You might seem that it's very cheap, it won't come even down. But sometimes it might even come to 200, because that's how share market works. Nobody can really predict with accuracy how much at what time it can actually dwindle on. So if you're going to take for high risk, that is the thing. And secondly, if you feel I don't want to take a lot of risk, but I wanted to have a low risk investment which actually gives me returns. Even if it's a little return, I'm always fine. If you take this, one of the best options is fixed deposit. A fixed deposit, earlier you need to invest a lot of money into it, but right now it's not that way. You can start with as small as rupees 10,000. And if you wanted to start with lesser than 10,000, like 1,000 or 2,000, you can very well go for recurring deposit. So the main difference between fixed deposit and recurring deposit is, in a fixed deposit, you need to deposit a lump sum amount on first, and then you can add up to it whenever you have enough money. But the initial amount should be a lump sum amount. Like it starts with 10,000. If you're taking a recurring deposit, as the name suggests, every month you will be in compulsion to really add money into it. It will be auto debited from your bank account. So that's how recurring deposit works. In case if you say I'm going to keep my account balance as 0, then next time whenever you put money into it, the first deduction will be made for this recurring deposit. So this is a major difference. So if you're going to ask me, okay, I wanted to do all this, but is this a long process? Is this a lengthy process? So in that case, if you want to go for share market, you can use the app Grow. GROWW. So when you use this app, it has a lot of exact functions for mutual funds, for buying or selling stock, for everything. It is just a normal sign up. You don't need to do a very lengthy KYC process. You just need to enter your own personal details and your PAN number, and you are totally into the get to start process. If you feel like you want to really trade it through an app which is only for share market, then you can go for Zerodha. Now with Zerodha, you have an application called Kite, which is KITE, which is powered by a mediator called as Zerodha. But this process is a little lengthy process wherein you need to sign a few documents, send a cancelled check through courier to Zerodha's head office, which is in Bangalore. So if you're ready to go through this process, you can go through Zerodha. And if you feel you want to do fixed deposit, then that is a very easy process. You can actually open your Paytm app, and your Paytm has a service for it for fixed deposit. So when you use a Paytm fixed deposit, you can deposit 10,000 in it. And one of the best thing Paytm has was, anytime when you need to put in money, you can put in money. And there are no restrictions, there are no breakage fees, nothing. When you wanted to take it out, you can take it out. Instead of just keeping in a bank account for the 4% or 5% which the bank gives, you can keep it in your fixed deposit at your Paytm for 7% interest rate, which is a bit higher than the normal rate which you receive. And another other advantage of this is there is no breakage penalty, which is actually beneficial for you. Whenever you feel there is an emergency or you really wanted cash, you can actually take from it. So actually, when you wanted to speak of these topics, there are long topics which are actually going on. So as of now, with these insights are the initial insights which are actually required to get started with. And if you feel you really like it, you can actually leave a thumbs up, or you can let me know in the comments so that I can actually continue to do such topics. If you're more curious to know about it, with these insights you can definitely Google up, and all of these information are readily available on your fingertips. It's just a one hint of spark which you need to get started. And trust me guys, once you get started with this money making business, you're not gonna stop. Because this inspiration and this exact motivation of seeing your money make money. Because you're not gonna work here, your money is gonna do the work for you. So in this case, it is a very easiest and the laziest and the best way to make money, because this is what is called as making money while you sleep. Out of the 10 passive income ideas, this is one of the major ideas which involves zero work but 100% leverage. The more your investments are and the more your staying period are, the more you earn. That is, the more you put into work and the more you sleep, the more you earn. So stay tuned for much more lessons, and until then, keep listening to The Mind Business. Bye bye.